But enough talk about Standard, folks. It is time for us to begin our Leyline phase. We are in what a lot of people call Leyline Spring, which, it's probably going to last until morale improves. But the joke is, we're just going to put this in every deck and see what happens. I don't know is it a good idea? Maybe, maybe not. I guess, this is probably the most sane deck list that I have of all these Leyline decks that I've created. And the reason for that is because this deck top-aided the event over the weekend that was in Europe. I believe it was the LMS. And I don't recall the name of the person who top-aided. I made a couple of small changes. There were some weird numbers. So I made a couple of really small changes to the main and the sideboard. But yeah, the idea is it's scam. So you have the excuse me, the Not Dead After All Grief package with some black cards. And what's nice is that if you draw additional ley lines, those ley lines can also happen to pitch to Grief. So, because it is a black card, so that's kind of the upside of playing it with Grief. And then after your scam package, you have, Ragavan, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, and then you have some domain cards because you have 5 colors of lands and ley lines, so you have Kavu as an additional threat, and then Leyline Binding, and then topping it off, you have some Bowmasters, a couple of Fables, and even a main deck hit run, because we are, you never know. I mean, everybody's doing this, so if they play a Scion, you just get their Scion and they take 12. So, and maybe we'll even get to cast Run. I've played Hit Run a couple of times in various Rakdos decks, and I have not had the opportunity to run someone over for lethal, but hopefully we can do that today. Mana base is pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy. Triomes, just in case you don't have Leyline to be able to cast your Scion, some Rakdos lands, etc., etc. I mean, that's the thing about Modern, is you can do whatever the hell you want. Your mana, there's no colors, so you can do whatever you want in the Modern mana bases. Sideboards, we got Pick Your Poisons for these Leyline Scion Mirrors, Leylines for Gorios, Magus for Tron, Fable for grindy matchups, Ego for combo and Tron, Cursed Totem for Yogg, and then Hidetsugu for Hammer, Scales, that kind of stuff. So this is the first experiment into the Leyline Scion world. We'll see how it goes. It was, but there was a deck list that I saw a while ago that was Leyline Infect, and they also had Civic Saber, Might of Alara, and Blessing of the Nephilim or something. I don't know if anybody remembers what I'm talking about. Yeah, after the Tron experiment, we have to be careful what we release to the public. That was I think that was the first week of Leylines. No, I guess I should have played Fetch Land so I could push. Although they would just take push first anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Now they don't have to take push, though. Although they're still going to, because otherwise I can just push their Grief. It's okay, we'll just draw Scion and they'll be dead. Yeah, I think Tainted Strike too. Oh, they just didn't? Okay. Wait, what? I'm confused. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just cast Fatal Push on their turn in case they have second Ragavan. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Yeah, scam, but not really. Only kind of scammed. Okay. They don't have Not Dead after all. I guess it was very obvious they didn't have Not Dead after all, right? Because they probably would have cast it on the Grief if they had it. What do you want? What do you want from me, chat? I don't know. What do you expect me to do? Yeah, nice deck. All right, next game. Cool. That was fun. Magic is great, Magic is a game where both players get to participate at all times. I don't think do I want Leyline against them? Leyline used to be good against Scam, but it was a lot better when they also had Fury. I think if it's just Grief, you don't want Leyline. Of the Void, of course. I'm going to cut the hit run. I'm just going to do this, I guess. Alright, what are we? 13 minutes into the stream, and we already got people talking about bans. I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not ask me if Leyline's or Scion is going to get banned. I'm not going to answer you, and I don't want you to ask that. Just let us have some fun, you know? Fuck it, I keep. What can go wrong with this hand? We have Leyline, so... Well, that could go wrong with this hand. How about this? If there's a price to it, okay? If you ask me if you ask me if Leyline's going to get banned, you have to gift a sub first. That is the price. For one gift sub, you are allowed one question if Leyline or not will be banned. That's how this works, alright? Wait, did my sub badges go away? Now I'm confused. Why are my sub badges not showing up on... Huh. No, you can see... now I'm confused. Do I have to, like... Hold on, let me log out of Chat Arena real quick. I had to re-log into Chat Arena real quick this morning. Okay, now it's good, yeah. I know you can see them in the chat on stream. I just couldn't see them on my side. No, I can see it now. I had to... For some reason, Chat Arena logged me out today. I used Chat Arena on my side. Raucous. Where'd this list come from? Top 8 of the LMS this weekend. So we'll do it on their upkeep. They have 3 cards in hand. Leyline oops all spells, stop. You subbed and there was a notification? Yeah, that is kind of weird. Twitch has been kind of weird with notifications lately. Oh no! That's not the right card to click on. Alright, well, we were dead anyways. Good to know. I'm trying to figure out why that notification didn't pop up. Let me check Streamlabs. Streamlabs dashboard. Recent events. Yeah, it's not showing up. I don't know why. Why would that be the case? Why would alerts not show up? I don't know. Everything is checked off. What the hell? I don't get it. This alert box is on. Yeah, alert box is still on. This is an alert from 8 hours ago, but I'm going to replay it to see if it... Yeah, okay. I don't get it. That makes no sense. Weird. All right, game 3. Yeah, I don't see it either. Not only do I not see it in the chat, I also don't see the resub in my activity feed or my Streamlabs recent events page. It's just not showing up at all. Hold on, I'm going to test something real quick. Because this is kind of annoying. D&D Junkie, thank you for the resub, though. I appreciate that. I just don't know why it's not working. Let me try and gift one sub. I want to see if it gives me a notification. Okay, that's weird. So now it works. I don't get it. What the hell? Maybe the notification was off because I hadn't refreshed. Oh, maybe that's what it was, because I hadn't refreshed Chat Arena yet. That might be what it is. All right, well, D&D Junkie, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that. I think I figured it out. So now notifications should be good. Keep, I guess. Turn 1, Swamp Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Tapland Thoughtseize. Turn 3, Breeding Pool Fable, I think. Leyline Scales. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, this is as good as it gets. As far as competitively playable Leyline decks are concerned, this is probably as good as it gets, you know? After that, I can't make any promises. We take Blood Moon here, and just hope they don't draw Grief. Yeah, I mean, they just won't draw Grief. It's fine. There's 0 chance they draw Grief here. 0. Like, they never draw Grief here. Is gifting a sub plus EV? No, I spend $5 and I get, like, less than half. I get about half of that back, so. Okay. I guess we can just take the not dead after all now, maybe? Well, here's the thing. I don't want to have to Thoughtseize next turn, because I want to just play my Fable. So maybe I should take their Fable. Yeah, let's take their Fable, play tap land, pass. Like, whatever if they push my Fable token. I don't really care about that. Because they get 2 looks at Grief here. Sure hope they don't find it. We're kind of dead if they find Grief. Okay, been to Swamp. I could have taken Not Dead, but... They play Kroxa. I'll discard third Thoughtseize for sure. I think they are playing Kroxa here. Ooh. That's interesting. That is also interesting. Well, this is kind of weird. So their hand right now is Fatal Push, Rampage, Kroxa, Not Dead. We know their whole hand. I could go Grief, pitch... No, that's stupid. Push... what happens if I just play Fable? It's probably fine, right? I guess it's worse if they draw Thoughtseize. It's probably okay, though. Alright, what do you got for me? What do you got for me, Edraros? Alright, Fatal Push. Not casting Kroxa? I feel like they should. Is there a reason not to? Okay. So they have Not Dead. Oh, right, they're holding up Not Dead. Sure, I see. Well... This is a bit awkward. I kind of have to Grief the Not Dead. No, I could just Thoughtseize the Not Dead, right? Yeah, okay. So let's go discard Grief Leyline. Okay, sure. So we have to take the Not Dead and push the Voidwalker. Let them have Kroxa. Maybe I was supposed to Fatal Push last turn. They have Rampage. We're going to have to find a Binding at some point, for sure. We can't win unless we find Binding. I guess if they don't cast the Kroxa for some reason, we can just hard cast the Leyline. But I mean, they're going to cast the Kroxa, right? Yeah. Did my chat die, or is just there's nobody talking? I never know if my chat died or if just nobody's talking. Alright, nobody's talking. Cool. Skrox is going to be really hard to beat, right? Allegedly still alive. Chat died. Yeah, me playing Scam has officially killed chat. Oh, yeah, alright. Jose's back. Now I know. I thought Jose left the room for a second. I was confused. Yeah, they didn't find a land for Kroxa. That's good. It's my favorite Leyline deck. Can I say all of them? I was gonna say, they probably should Rampage the Reflection, right? Yeah. I mean... I'm not gonna complain about that draw. Could be better, could be worse. Parathian has got a deck tech for us. Leyline Asmo. How different is this from the list that I tried? I guess they could just never draw a 4th land. Ooh. Oh, if they didn't draw Fatal Push, we just get to kill their thing. Right, we get to exile the Kroxa. We just win this game, right? How did this happen? What's going on here? I forgot that we could just do that. Yeah, so they're just dead. Sick. Alright, go. Your turn. Cool. No Leyline necessary, by the way. Pew, pew, pew. I guess I should have played this pre-combat. Did they have Bolt? Rude. Okay, they only have 1 card in, though. Okay. This game is closer than I want it to. Man, that's interesting. I'm at 7. Do I attack? Do they block if I attack? What about Leyline Hogak? You ever think of that? You ever just wake up and think about what happens if we had Leyline in the Hogak meta? Kavu's a 5/5. I'm gonna let them block, and then I think binding the Fable. They also might just not block. But I'm, like, pretty sure they're blocking here. What's nice about this is they don't have a 2-turn clock. This is only 3 damage, and I'm at 7. Leyline Eldrazi. Oh, God. They need to emergency unban Iavugan so I can play Leyline Eldrazi. Okay. So I think that means they bricked. If they're holding back Bowmasters. It's like kind of a brick. Well, not really, because now they could chump block and kill me. So removal spell would be nice. We have to attack, right? I guess theoretically I could play around a removal spell by not attacking. And then if they kill 1, I block this, go to 1. But I mean, I think I have to do this to win the game, right? Get rid of... It just doesn't matter, right? I don't think. Just have to hope they brick. Yep. Alright, brick. Go! 1 brick, please. I am asking for 1 brick, please. I am an Arctic season specialist. That's what I am. Which, you know, we're currently in a lull where there is no Arctic season right now. Did I die? No, I guess I didn't die because I can loot twice, right? Okay, discard. We have to find an instant speed removal spell for this. Hold. Alright, tough. Close game. And at the end of the day, you can't put it in everything. You know, there are certain decks that just don't have the deck space or the capacity to add that package. Like Scapeshift, Amulet Titan, things like that. The kind of the heavy land decks. But combo decks like Ad Naus, I think, are another good example where they require very specific pieces. Where you need like an extremely high density of combo cards, and I don't think you can really afford to play the package in a deck like that. As much as we all want to, and just like, you know, obviously jam it in every deck because Keck W, there are certain decks it cannot go into. Yeah, the mid-range decks, it's fine, you know. Which I think most of the decks that I have with Leyline Scion are either mid-range or aggro decks. Those go in fine. I listened to this whole album recently, and oh my god, it's so good. Souls of the Lost. It's a good blocker for Ragavan. I guess I should have just played a fetch land on turn 1, huh? Because now I cannot deploy my Scion. We are dead. We are extremely dead. They bricked on Seed of Hope. They mega brick too. They built 2 more Seed of Hopes. Okay. I did not fetch for some reason. I definitely meant to fetch. In my head, I thought this was going to trigger, so I just clicked an extra time. It's not a huge deal. I mean, well, no, it kind of is, right? It definitely is. Oh god, Scion spell shift. I mean, hey, Scion and Binding are not a spell that you can hit off spell shift, so kind of makes sense. Is that finally the way to make spell shift playable? Okay, I mean they have no good attacks. We have a 4/4. Okay, what's the plan here? I don't know what the plan is. It's the Jund Split card. Hit and run. Mostly you're playing it for hit, because if they play Scion, you can make them sack Scion and deal them 12 damage. That's ideally what it's here for. You have 2 cards in hand. I can Binding this and then hit run them. Can maybe wait till combat, but if I wait till combat, then they get to sack the Stalker. So why don't we Binding the Stalker now and then just pass? I think this is good. Because as of right now, they can't currently attack into the Scion. And if they, like, mill a permanent pre-combat, then I could just chump block and then hit run the other one. Okay. I could also double block. Not dead after all, plus Binding the other one. Now I can't double block. I'm not realizing it. I needed to hit run before the Supplier resolved. Because now they just sack Supplier. Because now if I hit run them, they just sack the Supplier. Yeah, okay. Noted, noted. It's okay. We can just go chump, chump. Not dead this homie. Dun, 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 dun. Another Stalker. It's an issue. Can I afford to shock? I don't think so. Alright, Didge. I thought we were supposed to be making the big cheap creatures. I don't know what you mean by that. Alright, hit run seems not particularly great against my opponent because they have Stitcher's Supplier. Fable seems kind of slow. Trim a Thoughtseize, play 4 Leyline, call it a day. Oh, sure. Yeah. They had 2 mana 6/7s. Their 2 mana 6/7s are not going to be 6/7s post board though. I'll tell you that much. Or maybe they will be. I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. It's not great if they have Stitcher Supplier, but, you know. We could Leyline Binding it. Black Leyline Devotion. Well, the issue with Leyline in a Devotion deck that's not green is this only provides you 1 black Devotion, so it's like it's not quite as good. Because I maybe should have attacked first. And if they block, just not dead. But I kind of want the Thoughtseize them here. I'm sorry, what? You want to run that one by me again, Chief? I cannot cast that one. That one I cannot cast. I really just want to take their Street Rave. I think I'm going to. Their hand just doesn't do anything. Alright, Avatar of Woe. Homie cooked a little bit too much. No, they Thoughtseize bug, literally. I think it was from the year 2000. It is from the set Prophecy. They played Catacombs. Alright. Here's my Scion. I wish you good luck. I bid you good luck. It'll be hip. We get another Avatar of Woe. Alright, so they have 2 in exile and 1 in their hand. Noted. You know what Avatar of Woe is not good against? Creatures with hexproof. It's not the best against those. Sure. I think I'm gonna save the Not Dead in case they have second Liliana. Yeah. Like, I could Not Dead the Ragavan, but I also just don't care about the Ragavan. And which set was Avatar to make it modern legal? I believe it was time shifted. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was time shifted. Okay, what you got over there? Yeah, you can have that Avatar all you want. That one's yours. Sounds good, JS. Take it easy. Yeah, I think Avatar of Woe was time shifted, but I'm not 100% positive. They discarded the Avatar. They saw 3 of those this game. Just saying. 3 Avatars. Agatha's... Yo! Yo! Let them cook, dude. Let them cook. Whew! Fan me down. I mean, still not great against Hexproof, but, you know. Let them cook. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're cooking all right. It is kind of hot, not gonna lie. They do be cooking. They do be cooking. All right, let us proceed to the 3rd game. You know, their combination is pretty cool. Still, again, not the best against Hexproof. All right, we just want to open Leyline of the Void, Leyline of the Guildpact, Scion of Draco, 2 lands. That's all I want. I'm not, you know, not asking for a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I would like a Leyline of the Void, please. I'm not sure that they can defeat that card. All right, well, we're going to find out. All right, good luck. This is peak 2024 Magic, folks. It's peak. It is peak. Why are we playing Modern? I mean, what else am I going to do? I'm playing Modern because I want to. Do I grief them? Probably. Griefing them is probably fine. Violent Upburst, you can't be here, you're banned. They did not cast Pick Your Poison. Why? I'm confused. Why did they not cast Pick Your Poison? I mean, I'm gonna take it. I think. Oh, they're just saving it for the Scion? Sure, I guess that's fair. Because if they make me sack an enchantment, I guess I just sack this and keep the Void. See, Violent Outburst being removed from the format has caused this, you know. This could have been avoided, all I'm saying. This could have easily have been avoided. Alright, untap land? It's not an untapped land, but it's not bad. Guess it's not the best into Grist. But if we find a land, it's going to have First Strike. Yeah, I guess because I have 2 enchantments, that's why they didn't cast it. Grist Supplier. Well, the Supplier doesn't matter, because I have the Void, right? Yeah, and now it has Trample. And First Strike. And Vigilance. Do I attack the Grist? Oh, they just conceded. Alright, cool. I mean, I can't blame them, so. This is fun, isn't it? Are we having a good time, folks? I think I keep this. I have not tried Waste Not in Pioneer. I know it's been posting some good results. I'll probably look into it once the RSQ season starts and we focus more on Pioneer. Ooh, it's a good draw. It's a nice little draw step. Do I grief them? Probably, yeah. Hopefully take their answer to Ragavan. Leyline, Waste Not in Pioneer. Well, there's no reason to play Leyline in Pioneer, right? Archon, Lily, Bowmaster, Solitude, Grave. They put a card on top. What would they put on top with this hand? I mean, a bunch of stuff. Could be a white card, could be a land, could be a Persist. I think because my hand is kind of all in on Ragavan, I have to take the Bowmasters. Not a huge fan of that, but I think I kind of just have to. Why do you think I'm playing Boros Heroic and not Mardu? Because I refuse to buy Mana Confluences. It's not happening. Nice. Good draw step. Excellent draw step. They put a second Bowmaster on top? No. I feel like they just put a white card on top. Red, green. So we want to get black, white. Yeah, we want to get black, white here. I deploy the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, you could just play Thran Portal instead. There's not that much of a difference, right? Thran Portal's fine. Surely that would not cause issues in your Mardu Heroic deck. Didn't Mana Confluence have a somewhat recent reprint, or was it just the secret layer? Or not the secret layer, but there was like some kind of Masters full art extended surge foil. You know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. One of those things. A discarded Archon. Well, shit. It's not great. So, kill Liliana. Make a treasure, play Kavu. They get back Archon, discard Fatal Push, untap Binding Archon. Hope that's good enough. Sure about that? Pike, thank you so much for the 24-month resub. Welcome back, Pike. Green, red. Kavu. Alright. Just be cool. I mean, they didn't need Liliana to discard Archon, because they had Grave anyways, so... Like, they were going to find access to Persist regardless. Why would they... Oh... But that is just bad against the Kavu, right? Unless their other last card is a white card. Because I could just exile the rights now. I would like to try to proceed to the combat phase. Alright. Well, I guess do we exile rights or Archon? Hitting Archon might be better in case they top deck Persist. It's gotta be Archon, right? Yeah, it's gotta be Archon. Did I make any really cute or interesting plays in the standard RCQ? Not really. I kind of just browned everybody. I kind of just crushed some folks. Oh god. Oh god, Torborg. Don't say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Yeah. Showed up, had the best deck, beat the crap out of everybody. You know. Just normal things when you're winning a tournament. No, honestly, there wasn't a ton that came up. I guess the finals was pretty cool. Do I want to play the Scion? I think so. The finals was pretty cool because, like, So, the coolest thing that happened was legitimately the last game of the tournament, which was finals game 2. There was a spot, and I talked about this in the YouTube video. There was a spot where I left myself at 5 life with 1 mana untapped, no blockers, against Restless Reef plus map, right? So I'm basically gambling, because I didn't have enough. I could have maybe left one. I could have not attacked with my Restless Reef, but if we end up trading reefs, I think I'm at a disadvantage. So I was like, fuck it, YOLO. And my opponent did not end up going for it, but they could have animated reef, mapped onto reef if they hit a spell, then I was dead. But they decided to not go for that line. It was pretty sick. It was a rush of adrenaline too, because like I knew that if they had gone for it, I knew I was dead. But also, if they go for it and hit a land, then they're dead because they can't block with their reef. So they just decided to not go for it and then block with their reef, and then extending the game, which I eventually won. But they could have killed me if they went for it. So I know they have Solitude, but it doesn't matter because I have Binding. So we just send everything. Exile the rights. Do. So it's pretty sick. The most solid of dudes. The most solid of dudes. Alright, you have been defeated. JK Torborg, thank you so much for the $25 donation. Who is it going to be fun for? Is it going to be fun for me, or is it going to be fun for everybody else. We'll see. Just post in the Discord, Torborg. I'll get you in the queue for this week. We might even win a match. That's reassuring, you know. When I'm playing Donation Deck Thursdays, I always want to hear the words, "We might win a match." Doesn't get any better than that, folks. I don't think I want these Bowmasters, although they are good against their Bowmasters. Maybe Egos over sideboarding. How good is Pick Your Poison against them? It seems a little, I don't know, like, it's really only good if they Archon me, but I don't want them to Archon me. You know what I mean? It's like, it seems kind of weird to bring in. Maybe the Maguses? The Magus-I? No, they're 2 colors. The Magus is not good. Yeah, it's only good if they have an Archon in play. And if they have an Archon in play, I've probably lost anyways, right? On that note, maybe I should also cut the hit. Although I guess this deals them 8 damage if they Archon me, so it's like kind of fine. They just want to keep the Bowmasters because they have their own Bowmasters. It's probably okay. Hey there, Spider. So this is Story of a Girl, Ground a River and Trying the Whole World. I'm gonna keep this, I think. Although there's no Leyline. Fuck it, we ball. Never played your... You know, I've played my fair share of 5-color Blood Moon decks before. So we can go turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Breeding Pool Kavu with this hand. Could also get Stomping Ground. Black, white, red, green. Which I guess is probably a little bit better in case we draw Binding. Just having the white source in play. Brutality, Ephemerate, Persist, Solitude. That's weird. I don't want to take Solitude, because if I take Solitude and play Kavu, they're just going to get back the Solitude, right? And then I have to take Ephemerate, I think. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Ephemerate and pass. I think that's my plan. I sure hope they don't Surveil into an Archon, though. God, they would never do that here, right? There's just no way. There's no possible way. I mean, honestly, Spider, you probably should be doing it. Alright, song request from Jones. Well, they drew their own grief. Good thing I took that Ephemerate. What do they take here? This is the story of a card who came down on 2 and broke the whole game. And while it was so good with Triomes, it absolutely shines with Leyline. I like it. That's a good opener. Oh, I see. Okay. Let them cook. What'd they pitch? Pitch Brutality. So their hand is Persist Solitude. Isn't Magic fun? You see, that's the thing about Magic, you know? Magic is a great game because both players get to participate. I actually don't want to dash because they just trade and then persist, so I don't think I'm going to dash. New sub sound? No, we have to keep Fletcher's Johnson. Oh, I have a list, Spider, don't worry. At some point this week, we're going to get through all the decks. I built like 10 decks yesterday with Leyline Scion. We'll get through them all at some point. Yeah, trading is bad here because they just block and then persist, so no attacks. Can trade next turn when I grief them. This is still their hand. Black, white, red, so we need blue, green. Or we can just have everything because we're the best. We can just have it all. Be funny if I hit their grief. Then I could just not cast mine. I mean, if only I had a black card. Damn it, so close to greatness. 1 black card short. Or I guess 1 mana. Alright, take their Persist. Actually, yeah, because if I take Solitude, they just persisted, so we have to take Persist. They could draw a white card, of course. But then they have to pitch the Solitude, and it's like, whatever, who cares? Can I cast Leyline if I draw it? Black, red, white, green. Yeah, I can. Okay. Okay, last card, Solitude. Right on time. Perfect draw step. Just honestly the best draw in the deck. They're gonna Surveil to fuck with my Ragavan. The thing is, they kind of want to draw land, right? They graveyarded a Solitude. That makes sense. They don't want me to cast that. Pretty good. pretty good. I think that's a nice hit. It's not a bad one. All right, your turn. You may proceed. Cycle Troll. It's the good old one. It's not looking good for our opponent over here. Why don't they have Draco in their deck? They probably should, honestly. I know that Jerry played the Esper Goryo's deck with Leyline Scion, and he said he liked that package a lot in that deck, I think. If you're playing anything that's playing remotely fair, you have to have a really good reason to not put these two cards in your deck. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be on one of the extremes of the format. Could be Amulet Titan, could be... I mean, honestly, of the top decks, Amulet's kind of the only one that I don't think can play this package. Everything else probably could. You want to play Blood Moon? Otterhouse, I'm playing a 5-color deck, and I have Blood Moons in my sideboard. Like, it's just fine. If you fetch one basic, it's all 5. You have 5 colors, you know? It's like, it's actually fine. Right, creativity can't, and that's another extreme, you know? Like I said, you have to be on one of the extremes, and that is one of the extremes, you know? Like, you have to have a very, very good reason to not be playing these two cards. How's the music volume, by the way? I kind of mess with the sound levels. I feel like it's too low. I'll turn it up a little bit. Too low. All right, I'll go up a little bit more. I'll go up to 70. How's that? Tell me if that's good. Delicate the Molten Pinnacle. All right, surely they won't type me this turn, right? Is a good reason I can't find them? That's a fake reason. A little bit too loud. All right, we'll go down to that. That should be good. Protection. Just hold up mana here. It's awkward, right? Because if they tap Ring, I can Bowmaster, but then I'm at risk of them tightening me. The other option is binding this main phase, but then I'm still also at risk of them tightening me. I think I'm just going to pass. See what they do. And then maybe not Bowmaster if they tap Ring. Because if they go for Titan, I could just Binding Titan, untap. Yeah, I have lethal, right? Because they go to 11. Then I have 10 plus 1 is 11. So... yeah, we're not going to Bowmaster here. It's going to hold up Binding for Titan. I think that's right. The Binding of the Titans. It's a good amount in Scam by having the Leyline package. Explain your work, please and thank you. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Stealing my decks, raiding my stream. Jim Davis MTG, thank you very, very much for the raid. Appreciate that, Jim. Yeah, have you seen that cool blue-black standard deck that I built? No. I was thinking about copying it, though. I was thinking about trying it out for myself. It looked pretty good when you played it, although you got shit on by domain, so. Welcome, Jim Davis Raiders. If you're new here, my name is Devin, a.k.a. Doomwake. Playing some Modern today. We were playing a lot of Standard previously, but the Standard RCQ season has concluded, so... we're putting these two cards in every deck, and when I say every deck, I literally mean every deck. Literally. You'll allow it? Fair. Prof. Tesser Doomwake. I think I'm supposed to Bowmaster now, because we're still going to hold up Binding for next turn. So yeah, we're supposed to Bowmaster now, I think. kind of basically telling them that I have binding, given that I waited on the Bowmasters and I didn't Bowmaster when they tapped this ring. But, like, can they play around it? I don't know. It depends. They're probably going to lose unless they find a third ring. Ropeburn, thank you for the 32-month resub. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Ropeburn. Folks, if you're new to the stream, do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Would greatly appreciate that. Trying to get to 30k follow. My goal is 30k. I guess 30k by the end of the year should be doable. Should be doable. Also, how long is the song that someone requested? All right, it's a bit over. We're gonna skip the rest of this. Too long? Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little too long. Next season format for the Arceus, it's going to be Pioneer. So we're going to be playing a good amount of Pioneer once the season starts up, which somebody told me I believe is the third weekend of April. Rotten Agenda, thank you for the 3 months. Yeah, at least for this week, Clockwork. April 7th, by the way, chat. April 7th, save the date. Pure Modern number 5. If anybody is interested in playing some Modern Without Horizons or Lord of the Rings sets, exclamation point Pure. It's going to be a completely free event. No charge. Do not have to be subbed or anything. And all prizes are going to be given out in Heavy Play gift cards. Heavy Play is sponsoring the event, so thank you to Heavy Play for sponsoring that. Greatly appreciate that. But check it out. Exclamation point Pure. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be the 5th Pure Modern tournament that we've held. I have 7 cards in hand. All right. Just, normal ring gameplay. Just ring things. Can't meme for dope-ass prizes. You can always meme. I have to learn Pioneer for the Arceus season. And also solving Pure Modern. Okay, Primeval Titan resolves. I just binding the Amulet, right? Do I have lethal if I'm binding Amulet? Let me think about this. So, binding this. This blocks 4/4. This soaks up 6 damage here. So it's 2, 4, 5. They would go to 2 and then die to the ring. I think it's lethal, right? I mean, what can they do with only 1 Amulet, though? I can still just kill the Titan, I think. I do technically have lethal if I just kill the Amulet now. But I think this is also fine. I guess I'm not sure how I get punished if I wait for the Titan trigger to resolve, Like, they get Radiant Fountain, but then I can just kill the Titan, and they don't have a good blocker for this. Can we have Impure Modern, where we make it only direct Modern sets? So the only 3 sets you could play with would be MH1, MH2, and Lord of the Rings. What's the best deck in that format? I mean, probably something with Ring, right? I would assume. Well, Assassin's Creed's not out yet. I guess eventually it will be. Is there I don't think there's enough enablers for Hogak. Yeah, you have fetches but no basics. Or fetches but only basics, rather. No shock lands, no dual lands. Yeah, Urza Ring Astrolabe, probably. Dryad or Extra Ring can be problematic. Why would Dryad matter? Ring is the only card that would matter, I think. I don't think Dryad would matter. Right? Even if they get Bounce Land Valakut, get Dryad, I just killed the Dryad, and the math is still the same, right? I still have lethal. Like, I have lethal through this blocking the 4/4, So, like, them adding a creature and me killing the second creature doesn't change the math. They got packed. Sloths have reach. Yeah, but these have trample. So these get through 1 damage each. So it's 1, 2, right? Ooh, the extra sloth. Don't think that matters. Yeah, that shouldn't matter. They have red-white mana. Well, they don't have protection this turn. Right? The ring doesn't matter, because they had protection last turn, but not this turn. So I believe they should be dead. Just kill this. Could have honestly let them block first, maybe. Oh, the ring damage. Yeah. That's how I had lethal. Okay, well, now we have mega lethal. But I had lethal even through them blocking with both grazers because of the ring damage. Because they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go to or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to 2, then die to the ring. But now this is like even more lethal. It's incorrect lethal, some would say. Chatting, wrong lethal chatting. Yeah. You gotta love Twitch chat. Streamer, my face when streamer makes wrong lethal. Alright, Magus of the Moon coming into my 5-color deck, no big deal. Nothing to see here, folks. Just normal modern things. I'm gonna hit and run seems awful against them, right? Because they have Grazer. Big oof! Thank you for the 17. This is 61 without Pick Your Poison. Just cut these, right? Play 2 picks. What do we cut for 3rd pick? Pick is good against Saga. It's good against Amulet, too. Could just play 61. I guess I could cut Fatal Pushes. Because Pick also kills Dryad. Play 1 Fatal Push, maybe? Try that. Cut Rag versus Grazer. It's a good point. You're not wrong. Let me keep this. Do you think that Ragavan is worse than Fatal Push, though? Like, as far as cards are in my sideboard are concerned, like, I could play Bowmasters, I could play Fable, or I could play the 1 Fatal Push. Those are, like, the only cards I could play over Ragavan. Right. So I think here we just need Domain for Binding, and Kavu. And the Ragavan's basically dead anyways. I don't know when OTJ spoilers start. I want to say they start soon, but I'm not 100% positive. Is it tomorrow? Nice. We'll do some YouTube content with the spoilers. I don't know if I told you this. I'm pretty sure I told you guys, but I have a new YouTube editor. So they're going to be starting soon. They actually just sent me. I kind of don't want blue off this. Yeah, new YouTube editor. They're going to be starting soon. They sent me a sample video earlier today. I just haven't had a chance to look at it. Do I want to grief them here? They do have all spells in hand. And I have this to kill Dryad anyways. Nah, let's not do that. Let's just do this and pass. Because honestly, if they draw land for Dryad, their Dryad doesn't do anything. They don't have extra land to play off of it, right? Okay, now we can pick that. So many picks. So we can go... Fatal Push, dash, attack both, pick your poison, the amulet. The other alternative is just pick your poison. Yeah, that's dumb. I'm just going to go to attacks. Maybe discard the Ragavan. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Let them block. Oh, nice. Classic. Classic. It's kind of like the Thoughtseize bug, right? Artifacts. Cast Ragavan. Your turn. They draw land for Dryad. We have the fetch Fatal Push. Which I think I'm gonna save the Pick Your Poison, because Pick Your Poison can answer Ring. So now we can just not fetch here. Untap, fetch for Zagoth, push this, hit for 7, they go to 13, and then hold up Binding. I think I like that. Oh. Okay, well, new plan. New plan! New plan. I like my hand. Actually, no, I can discard Grief, right? I wish I could cast their One Ring. Black. I mean, they're probably just going to concede to this, right? No Titans in hand either, which means they don't get to draw cards. They do have 2 rings, but we have 2 answers to rings, so it's not a huge deal. See ya. Oh no. The Growth Chamber. No. Save me. I didn't look at their deck list to see if they had other win conditions. I guess they have Dryad Valakut. Kind of mid. You just discard that. Discard this. So many pick your poisons. Need a Growth Chamber. Alright, go. How far will Science go? Too far. We're picking all the poisons. I'm not going to Binding this one, because I have to lose the treasure. I'll just pick your poison this one, Binding the second one. No! Stop with the Grazers. I want to see how they're killing me without Titan, though. I guess kind of, sort of punished. Not really, though. Alright, you sack an artifact. Do I like my hand, or do I want to discard Grief? I guess we can try to discard the Grief, huh? Like, there's probably something better that we can find. I don't know what that is, but... it's not that. It's also not that. Yeah, Dryad Valakut, but we kind of have Dryad Valakut covered, right? Because we still have this in hand. Magus would be pretty good, yeah. Although, Magus not the best with Territorial Kavu. Would make them small. Well, opponent, hello? Where are we blocking? Any blockers? Any blockers in chat? Any blockers? Oh, we blocking alright. Oh, we blocking. No cards for you. Yeah, they definitely forgot about protection. Alright, well, you know. Lost round 1, easy next 3 wins, and let's get a little Gambit going for the last round. Keep. I feel really bad for the person who I beat in the finals of the RCQ on Friday night. So, what happened was, I beat them in the finals on Friday night, and they were like, man, I really should play your deck. So, they ended up getting the cards and playing the Profs deck in the RCQ on Saturday, and then they ended up losing in the finals again on Saturday. So they just lost finals on Friday, finals on Saturday of the last weekend of RCQs. That's pretty tough. A burn strap, perhaps? Yeah, definitely player issue. Somebody else in my Discord also posted they lost 2 finals this weekend. Yeah, that's true. Well, you see, P-Sams, they played normal blue-black mid-range and lost to me in the finals. Because I was playing the broken deck, and they were not playing the broken deck. That Profs deck, by the way, is absurd. Like, I cannot explain to you, and it's so good. It is unbelievably good. Just everything about that deck feels like it's better. It feels like it's doing everything better than regular Dimir. It's so sick. It's the largest number of hand you've had. So it's weird. You don't actually draw a ton of extra cards. Like, what ends up happening is you kind of do a lot of filtering, right? Because a lot of your cards loot, and they don't necessarily draw extra cards. Like, Steamcore Scholar, draw 2, discard 1. Evangel, draw discard. Shredder, draw discard. So you just do a lot of filtering and not an actual, like, not an actual lot of looting that, you know. So I never was really in a position where I was like took advantage of the hand size thing. Our draws did not really come together here. I think we're dead. I could Binding to Fairy and then hold up Push. I played 1 Gix. I didn't want to play a ton of Gixes because Gix doesn't really work that well with Profs. Like, it is kind of a non-bow. So I played 1 Gix. I kind of want to try cutting Prodigy for Bat. As much as I didn't like Bat, just in a general sense, I think that was kind of my hot take about Standard, is Bat was the most overrated card. But, you know, if you're loading up counters on creatures, having a flying lifelink body to put counters on is kind of cool. So it might be worth trying out Bat. Did I make the deck? No, I actually got it from Moto user Jupiter Brando. They ended up 5-0ing a league with it. I made a couple of changes to it, but that's where I found the initial list. So shout out to them. If it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have found the deck. So, I still have yet to locate a spell. So there's that. You know, hardcast time. Red, white, black, blue. Your turn. Card with weird hybrid mana from SNC that you can cast off just blue-black. What was the text of the card? Battle of Wits with Leyline Scion. We'll see, you draw Leyline Scion less often with Battle of Wits. So you'd have to have a bunch of tutors for Leyline Scion. How mad would your opponent be if you're playing a 250 card deck and you just started with Leyline turn 2 Scion? They would be Judge. Oh, yeah, I know which card you're talking about now. People used to play that in Grixis, I think. Yeah, I know what card you're talking about. Like, before Fable got banned, people played that in Grixis. Exclamation point silence. I guess I'll do this. Yeah, to lose. You play to lose. Nah, no Standard today. I'm probably going to take a break from Standard, at least until we get closer to Dallas. Because we got to ramp up for the next season of Arceus as Pioneer. Played Leyline Scion at EDH. Yeah, also, yeah, if it happened at EDH, can you imagine? I got one Leyline. No, but I should. I do need to do that. Because Dallas is like... What, Dallas is, I think, 4 weeks before Amsterdam. So if I do well in Dallas, I will not have enough time to get my passport before Amsterdam. PT happens before Dallas. Is the next PT Standard? I thought the next PT was Pioneer. When is the next PT? I actually don't know. You sure? It's PT Thunder Junction, right? It is Standard, okay. I didn't know. Oh, Seattle. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, and then Modern in Amsterdam, which is only like 4 weeks after Dallas. So that's one of those things where if I end up doing well in Dallas, I will need a passport, but I can't get a passport in 4 weeks, you know. So I should, if I'm like planning on doing well in Dallas, I should get a passport now just in case. Would you travel to Europe to play shitty Modern? I mean, it's for a Pro Tour, of course. I don't care what format it is. If it was for Invasion Block Constructed, well, actually, that's probably a good format. But, you know, like Mercadian Masks Block Constructed, yes, I would still travel. It's a Pro Tour. It doesn't matter what the format is. Like, yes, Modern sucks, but that doesn't change the fact that I would still go to a Pro Tour if I was qualified. All right, what do you want against Creativity? Probably Ego, right? Yeah. Probably Magus. I don't know, though. They just have Bolt for Magus. Although, maybe they cut their bolts. How good is Poison against them? They have Binding. I guess Poison is okay against Archon, but again, it's like the same argument as last time, where Poison's only good against Archon if they've already resolved an Archon trigger, and most of the time, if they've resolved an Archon trigger, you're dead. So, it's not really that good against Archon. You know what else I want to cut, though? Shave a push? I want to play the Maguses. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's good against Fable Leyline. Yeah, it's okay. I guess it's okay against their enchantments and Binding, too. They do it. They probably have Binding, too. So what, you would play it over Bowmasters then? Maybe one push. Alright, we'll try it. I'll see how this goes. Got all the pushes. Keep a Bowmasters then, maybe? I'll buy it. You don't ever play Cursed Totem against them. Oh, no, never mind. Forget that. I was thinking it was something else. I was thinking it was Hushbringer, not the other one. Obviously, you don't bring in Cursed Totem against Arcana Cruelty. I mean, this hand has Leyline, a 1-drop, 2-drop. I guess we keep. Yeah, this is one of the few matchups where playing Magus over Blood Moon kind of hurts. Because they're playing Lightning Bolt. It's hard to find a deck that Blood Moon is good against that also has Lightning Bolt. But this is one of those decks. It's like one of the few matchups where that matters. They mulled the 4. I'm with you. Let them cook. I like my hand a little bit more now that they've mulled the 4. It's tough, right? Because they could have Pick Your Poison, but it also might be worth holding the second one for grief. Because they've mulled the 4, I think I am going to hold one. Because, like, my hand can easily function without Leyline anyways. No. Take that one. Absolutely not. It's the philosophy behind choosing Magus or Moon. Magus is better against Titan because they play Force of Vigor. Specifically, Titan is the biggest reason. What's up, Paula? So I guess because they have creativity, we should probably hold on to this Bowmasters. Get the card on top. Yeah, Beseiju too. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm just going to hold on to this Bowmasters. Right, but they have more copies of the combination of Beseiju and Force of Vigor. They have more of those than they do Dismembers. Almost all the time. Alright, time to cycle that. Need to find some action. I'm pretty sure I have to hold on to the Bowmasters, given that we know they have creativity. Although it's bad if they have Teferi here. Not playing Teferi. It's good. Ooh. I like that. Although it's a little dicey if they have Reprieve. Because we basically die if they have Reprieve, right? Reprieve this, untap, land, crack, cruelty. So I guess we wait one more turn, because we can have 5 mana next turn. And then even if they Reprieve, we can untap and Bowmaster. But I guess the problem with that is then they can hold up creativity for 2. So then the Bowmasters is not good enough if they wait, if they get the 5 mana. So that's another issue. Hopefully they just jam here. There's no way they're jamming here, though. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for it, given that our single Bowmaster is not good enough next turn anyways, because they can go for 2. Yep. So now we lose. If they have land 5, we lose. I guess we can draw Binding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they might just not have a land here. That'd be nice. I'm still gonna hold. Obviously. I mean, it seems like they're not gonna go for it. Well, now they are. And, like, they know we have egos. They're 100% going for it. It sucks. Alright, give me a binding, please. I would like a binding, please, and thank you. At least we can sack the Orc Army token. Discard second Leyline. Alright, binding me. Binding or Pick Your Poison would also work. We're losing to a Multifor. Yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed. My hand was like, I mean, I don't know. I had Leyline, Thoughtseize, Bowmaster, lands. Perhaps I should have mulliganed. It's unclear. Just take 9. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're not technically dead. So, do we ego the rest of the creativities? Probably, right? Because they can't hardcast next turn. Or no, we just ego the rest of the Archons. Right, yeah. Well, good thing I didn't name creativity. So, do they have any direct damage? They have 2 bolts, 4 rends. Which, yeah, we have to fade those. I guess it's probably better to cast the Ragavan. Save mana next turn. And at that point, I might as well play the land, too. Just to have no cards named to discard to this. Although I guess now they can transmogrify my Ragavan. But if they do that, we could hit Scion. That would be funny. Yeah, Draco would be fine. Pick your poison, Leyline Binding. We have some good draws. Okay, Draco is no longer a good draw. Pick your poison still does it, though. This one. It's kind of nice that we just, like, keep refueling the Archon. Alright, give me a Binding. Binding! Okay. Funny, though, if they drew Reprieve, we only have 1 white source. That is hilarious. And they have the other Arid basis, so I can't hit with Ragavan. Maybe I should offer that trade, right? Yeah, but they can just trade for the Ragavan here. They drop Pick Your Poison. Right, but they drew off the Archon, remember? I mean, I guess I forced the trade, right? I think forcing the trade is fine. Because there's, like, some weird world where they don't want to. It also unlocks future top deck Ragavans, I think. Binding before block, so you kill it if they reprieve. Binding before blocks? No, they just reprieve the binding, trade, and I can't recast the binding. Right? It doesn't do anything. It's the same thing. Oh, I see. Because they draw off of the reprieve, then I can... Bowmaster ping the dwarf token. I didn't think about that line. Okay, yeah. I should have done it before they blocks then. You're right. That would have played around reprieve. Yeah, good call. Good call. I did not think about that. That is kind of a nice line, yeah. Alright, we're at 1 life. Need a lot to go right to win this game. That is not a lot to go right. Alright, your turn. It's too big brain for me. They have 4 Rens, 2 Bolts in their deck. They were just dead to. They do not have any more Archons. They're out of Archons. We're also dead to Pick Your Poison, too. We kind of have to draw, like... Not that. Did they run 4 mines? I didn't copy their deck list. I should have screenshotted their deck list, but I was too lazy. I don't remember if they had 4 mines. I could go back and check the VOD, but that's too much work. I'll leave back this just in case. I guess that's true. Now we're kind of fucked against Tef. Okay. Well, they didn't get it, so I would assume they only have 3 left, or they only have 3 total. If they're not getting one there. I need cards. I need cards that do something. Please, deck. I need cards. Would you like to fetch? No, I think I'm all set. I think I'll pass. Winning this game would be insane, though. Hopefully they just draw all creativities. Yeah, it is. The same list. White mana. Red, white. What is this? What is this? Oh, sure. Okay. You got me. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. That is a playable card. I have located a playable card. You're gonna need to do some work, Ragavan. Alright, we'll run it back. I will cast it again. How many more reprieves you got, buddy? I mean, yeah, they mulled the 4, but their 4 was pretty fucking good. Like, I'm doing the best I can over here. I don't know what you want from me. I am going to cast that because that insulates me from Pick Your Poison. So, that was actually not the worst hit. Because now their Pick Your Poisons are a brick. No, they wouldn't play Helix. We saw their deck list. We know they don't have Helix. They have 2 bolts, 4 Wrens. Yeah, that was actually kind of important to hit that. Okay, that's good. Combat. So they're going to 8. I mean, we just have lethal next turn. I think we're going to win this game. Which is unreal. Oh my goodness. Just how we drew it up, honestly. Just how we drew it up. How relevant is that? Versus, because we can't play both. I don't think that's relevant, right? It doesn't do anything? What does that accomplish? I don't think it accomplishes anything. I'm just going to do this. I want to make sure they're dead. I just want to make sure they're dead. Gives me a draw. Yeah, but it doesn't present lethal. Playing the Kavu presents lethal next turn. Don't you dare draw Ren and 6 this turn. Come on, don't do it. Or Bolt. No, stop. Don't tap mana. Or are they going to transmogrify this? It exiles? No. Why does it have to exile? Fuck. Alright, it's okay. We hit another Kavu. That cuts them off Ren. All things considered, it does cut them off Ren. So now, oh, actually, that's huge. Because it cuts them off Ren and Binding and Pick Your Poison. I guess Pick Your Poison was already offline, but now they only have 2 bolts left as their only outs. And our fetches are online. Yeah, their only out is 2 bolts. And we're just going to hit a bolt off of this Ragavan. You ready? Just going to hit a bolt off Ragavan. Easy. Easy. It would be kind of poetic, wouldn't it? The thing is, I can cast that. You can't, but I can cast that. Get back Triome to cycle. Yeah, there's really no difference between 3 and 2. I don't think. Just cycle now. Why not? I don't know if that's a good draw, but it is a draw. I don't think it's relevant. Alright, don't draw one of your 2 bolts, please. Don't draw one of your 2 bolts, please. Don't let me get this far and have it all be taken away from me. Yes. I can't believe that I had to work that hard to win a game that they mulliganed to 4. They mulliganed to fucking 4 that game. I should not have to work that hard, you know? I mean, it was Pog, but I shouldn't have to work that hard. Come on, man. Just make it easy on me. How did I win that game? I don't know. Because I'm the GOAT. Ooh, scam tap land. Also no black card. Yeah, my draws were not super great. They had 15 outs. Well, after they hit the Magus, they only had 2 outs, because they could no longer cast Ren or Binding. It was just 2 bolts at that point. Alright, do we fuck with this hand? Probably not. No, this hand's awful. I mean... put back Thoughtseize? Or, what if we kept and put back Scion? Because then we can go... black, white, Thoughtseize, red... No, we can't go black, white, red, green, right? We would have to go... We'd have to go... black... We don't have green, white. Wait, how do we do this? Hold on, what's our shock lands? Let me look at the shock lands. So we'd have to go... Oh, we can go Sacred, right? We can go Sacred Overgrown. Yeah, Overgrown Sacred. Okay. So... I mean, I could also put back the forest and keep the Scion and hope to draw land 3. Maybe that's better. You know what? I actually kind of like that better. Let's try that. Then we go Overgrown Sacred. Binding back? No, I have to keep the Binding. If anything, it's Scion, because I can't cast Scion with 2 lands if I'm going to go Overgrown Sacred. Yes, we will be doing Pioneer content as soon as the next RCQ season starts, which is, I believe, April 20th. Yeah, just, every time, etc., etc., etc. Literally every time. I do kind of deserve it, I do deserve it for playing this card. Okay, well, their hand kind of sucks. Because they have a bunch of reprieves. This is definitely a red and prey kind of hand, though. Alright, we gotta fight through these reprieves at some point. Because they have so many of them. No, I got the wrong land. Fuck. I misclicked. I got the wrong land. No! I thought I clicked on Sacred Foundry. I did not. That's not good. It's okay, we'll draw another fetch land to get white. They shocked. Why did they shock? Yeah, we can't cast Binding now. I guess they shocked because they drew Bolt, maybe? I mean, my intentions were good. I just misclicked. Turns out, we're not going to win this game anyways. Bro, chill. Stop. Can you not do that? Yeah, apparently they boarded in Iona. Oh, they probably did that because I showed them, Unmoored Ego. But then I'll just name Creativity. Because they had 1 Transmogrify. Alright, did they find it? Did you find it? They even have the setup with Silence, too. Even if I held up Binding. Which I couldn't have, because I don't have white mana, but even if I had held up white mana, it would not have mattered. Honestly, even if I had fetched the right land, I probably still would have lost this game. Alright. Cast my Kavu. Surely they don't have the 4th reprieve. Creativity is basically the only deck that is allowed to play Remand. And have it be okay. If we Ego, we win? Kind of? Maybe? Depends on what their hand is. Like, we have to name Creativity. Although, that's not true, though. How many Ionas do you think they have? Okay, well. Go. Turn 6, have not drawn my 3rd land yet. Just saying. Turn 6, by the way. We'll find it eventually. We also have to worry about the hard cast Iona plan. Think attack first. Discard Leyline. Try to find untap blue. That is not untap blue. Do they have enough white sources? Maybe. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they might not. Alright, we found white mana. I mean, honestly, if they don't find Creativity this turn, and we get to untap, this might not be that bad. Iona flies. -1 damage. How is it -1 damage? I literally said why I went to combat first. Yeah, but if I draw a blue source, I would much rather cast Ego that turn than play the Triome. I think that's way more important. Yeah, it is Trisk. It is Trisk. So now what do we do? We could just fucking Binding the Dwarf token. Is that even that bad? Binding Dwarf token, hint for 6, get a treasure, hold up second Binding. Or even Ego them. No, I can't Ego them, because I don't... the Binding costs 2 mana. Alternative is let them trade. They go to 5, then I can loot with Kavu. We could also just attack, loot, discard Scion, and try to rip the blue source. Yeah. I'm just going to attack. Honestly, if they're trading Dwarf for Ragavan, I think that's good for me anyways. Okay, that's moderately annoying. I could Binding this now to still attack with Kavu. It does kind of force the issue, right? I think I like that. They have Spell Pierce against me? Did not really expect that. It's unfortunate. Although I can still post-combat pick your poison. Okay, we trade here. Second main, enchantment. It's just not the worst. They have another Pierce, maybe? Hey, you got me. You got me, alright? I've been successfully pierced. Their hand is Silence Iona, 2 unknowns. How do they have 2 Pierces in against me? I don't have that many spells. I mean, I guess I have Ego, but all my spells cost 1 mana. Yeah, it's like, I have Leyline, Scion, Ragavan, Territorial Kavu. Imagine drawing Spell Pierce against that curve, you know? Like, I can. Yeah, 3 Reprieve, 2 Pierce. I don't know what they're thinking about. They have 2 dead cards in hand. There's no reason to Binding in response. Okay, sure. Just do another end step. Go. Do you... Okay, so we know they have Iona, 1 unknown. Dude, if they have 3rd Spell Pierce, I can't. I don't think I've heard of that band before, Berkeley. What genre are they? I've heard of Throwdown. Think Mono Black is decent in Modern. I know Spike did very, very well with it last week. He had like back-to-back trophies or some shit. Ooh, I have located the fetch land. I repeat, I have located the fetch land. That's like the perfect draw, too. Because now we can Ego and Binding. I guess, there's like a bunch of different shit I can do here. I could double Scion. There's no, man, is there a way it's double Scion? Like, how do I lose this game, you know? If I go fetch for Breeding Pool, Ego them, leave Savai untapped, they let it resolve, I name Archon. I guess we could go Scion, hold up Binding. Iona naming white. Not if I play Scion. If I cast Scion, they don't have a removal spell. This has Trample, right? So they have to take a minimum of 4 this turn. Even if they block, they go to 4. Next turn, I have Kavu and Scion. They can block one of them, right? You know what I mean? So why don't we go fetch Breeding Pool? Yeah, fetch Breeding Pool, or I guess fetch this. Yeah. Cast Scion. Hold up Binding. But I want to do this pre-combat just so this has Trample. I guess this is slightly worse against them having a Binding. But if I wanted to, I could also just Binding their Binding. We discard backup Scion here, I think. Not backup Kavu, I think. It's interesting. Although, their hand probably sucks, right? If they had relevant cards, they would have cast them by now. If they don't block it, then Mind Creativity X equals 2. True. That is a good point. Sack an enchantment. Okay, well that doesn't matter, because I have Binding for Binding. Okay. I'll get that in a second, Amalgam. If one card in hand... Oh, we know that their last card's Iona, right? So they just die? Why did they edict the Scion? It's a good question. They probably were supposed to do that, right? I guess they wanted to get the binding off the battlefield. It was the same thing either way, I guess. They were dead either way, right? If they edict the Scion, we just play second Scion, then attack. So, they were dead either way. Alright, cool. 4 and 1. Scam Zoo. Let me get this song request in the queue real quick. In the queue. Alright, well, it turns out that you can put Scion Leyline into any deck, and it's just fine. I cannot wait to see the YouTube comments about this one. Folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and let me know how much you loved Leyline Scion in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Dude, it's going to be crazy when the next 2 weeks of content is just all Leyline Scion decks. The YouTube people are just going to lose it.